have, let's say, a sale. So you are going to have to maintain your website. And that in itself takes time. So that can be considered a job. That's something that you can do yourself, or that's something that you can even outsource. So if you don't know how to create your own store, then you can check out this video right here. In it, I talk about the easiest way that you can create your own Shopify store pretty much by doing nothing with just a few different clicks. It's all done through AI. That actually really takes the guesswork out of creating your own store, but you are still going to have to maintain it. So you're going to have to add more products. You're going to have to, like I said, keep it up to date with current sales and things like that. Not only that, but within your website, there's also SEO that needs to be optimized. So for those of you that don't know, SEO stands for search engine optimization. And pretty much what this does is it helps you rank up higher on Google. So the better your SEO is, the higher you're going to be on Google. And to put it into very simple terms, how many of you have ever gone to the second or third page of Google? Not very many, right? I mean, some people probably go to the second, but the third or fourth, that's like a deserted wasteland. There's nobody on there. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you rank at least in the first 2 pages. Obviously, for best results, you always want to rank on the first, but try to rank within the first 2 pages. And in order to do this, you're going to have the right SEO. Now, these 2 jobs that I mentioned, SEO optimization and creating or maintaining your website, if you don't want to do that yourself, you can outsource it, like I said. One of the best places you can do this is through Fiverr. On Fiverr, you can find professionals in pretty much anywhere around the entire world, varying in different experience levels as well as different prices that can pretty much do anything that you need. And all of the different jobs that I'm going to cover right now, those are all also services that you can find on Fiverr. Now, as a quick entrepreneurial tip, don't let this stop you from actually offering your own services. So if you realize that you're actually really good at doing some of these things, if you realize that you're really good at, creating these Shopify stores for people or setting up Etsy accounts for some people that don't know how to do that, if you find out that you're actually good at doing this, then you can offer this as a service yourself. You can offer this as a job yourself. You can make this part as your job too.
I can do it myself.
Aside from the website though, branding and graphic design is something that a lot of people struggle with as well, because a lot of people don't know how to make designs. A lot of people don't know how to make their own logo. Now, of course, this is something that's specialized. Some people are going to be good at this, some people aren't. So again, you can go on Fiverr, but you can also use a website like, let's say, Kittl. I use Kittl a lot because they have an AI text-to-image system that actually works very well. And on there, you can make different types of designs as well as different types of logos. And overall, that's actually going to be a bit cheaper than going with somebody on, let's say, Fiverr. Now, this next one is actually pretty important. And if you skip this, or if you don't learn about it, then it could potentially land you in some hot water. And that's legal and financial tasks, or the legal and financial risks. So when it comes to dropshipping itself is 100% legal, but there are things that you're not supposed to dropship. There's a lot of items, a lot of prohibited items that you shouldn't be selling in the first place. So that's always something that you want to watch out for. Aside from that, copyright, also a big no-no. Don't sell existing brands. Don't sell things that are trademarked. Aside from that, when it comes to money, you also want to make sure that you're paying the appropriate taxes. And that's really going to vary depending on where you're dropshipping, what country you're dropshipping, or even what state you're dropshipping. So for this, it's best to check with local laws. All right, now this next job is one that is actually on the rise. It's trending, and it's one that shows no signs of slowing down. This job is one that a lot of people are getting into, and it's actually starting to be needed more and more. And that's social media and marketing. Now, when it comes to social media and marketing, you can consider that 2 different things. You can consider social media its own thing and then marketing its own thing, but really they can be combined into one, especially when you're first starting out. Now, as far as social media, you need to make sure that you post. You need to make sure that you market on all of the different platforms, because at this point, content is king. Social media is what rules everything, and that's how you're going to get in front of the eyes of new customers.
We expect a minimum of 5 posts.
If you can make a viral video on TikTok or a viral reel on Instagram, then you have the potential of making a lot of money. But some people aren't very good at making content. So again, this is another one of those things that you can outsource. Some people are really good at making content. Again, that's something that you can offer as well. But don't skip on your social media. Don't skip on your marketing, because this is how you're actually going to bring in traffic to your store. Now, you can't talk about dropshipping jobs and leave out customer service. Content is king, customer service is queen. So when it comes to customer service, you need to make sure that you provide the best customer service throughout the entire process, whether that be if somebody's just asking about a product or asking about their order. You need to make sure that you reply back to your customers at the most within 1 day. And I know this can get very, very hard, especially if you have a lot of things going on, if you have a lot of orders coming in, if you have to fulfill a lot of things, it starts to get very time consuming. But you can outsource this. And this is actually something that a lot of people do. You can get a virtual assistant. Virtual assistants, you can find them again on Fiverr, or you can just talk to one of your friends or family and see if they'll help you out with this. Maybe you can pay them a few bucks every once in a while in order to just help you answer questions. Now, I understand that when it comes to having people answer your emails, it can get a bit iffy. You don't want certain people, especially people that you don't know, looking at certain parts of your website that you don't want them to look at. Maybe your bank account, how much money you're making, things of that nature.
I don't trust people.
So there's actually a solution for this. So if you're using AutoDS, if you're part of the AutoDS family, which if you're not, you can start right now for just $1 for 2 weeks. And you can take advantage of overall dropshipping automation. AutoDS is going to streamline your entire dropshipping process. But right now, let's talk about virtual assistants. So on AutoDS, you can actually give users specific permissions. And you can get very specific with this. So if you have a virtual assistant that you want them to only reply back to emails about orders, of course, you're going to have to give them access to your orders page. And you can do that in the AutoDS system. So that way they can only see your orders page and nothing else. Now, if they need a bit more access, you can control that as well. So that's one way that you can get around this. That's something that's actually very helpful because, again, some people don't like their virtual assistants or certain people seeing certain parts of information of their business. And those are some of the different types of dropshipping jobs that there are, both as dropshipping as a whole and as jobs in the dropshipping umbrella, I guess you can say. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, if you found it informational, please make sure you smash that like button.